Okay, so picture this. An ancient patriarch, the father of a nation, is on his deathbed. His 12 sons are all gathered around, but they're not just there to say goodbye. They're there to hear their future. And these aren't just some final wishes. These are straight-up prophecies that are going to shape the destiny of their entire people. So let's dive into these final, fateful words.
Right at the top, Jacob, who you might also know as Israel, calls his sons to his side. And these sons, well, they're the future heads of the 12 tribes. Let's be clear, this is not a casual family chat. He's about to lay out a vision for what's going to happen to their descendants way, way down the line, in the last days. The stakes just could not be higher.
For this explainer, we're going right to the source. Genesis chapter 49. Every single word Jacob says here is just loaded with meaning. It's a mix of blessings and curses, and it's all based on the character and the past actions of each of his sons. This one chapter is absolutely foundational for understanding the identity of each of the tribes of Israel.
Now, you'd probably expect Jacob to start with his firstborn son, give him some praise, but he does the exact opposite. He kicks things off with a series of pretty stunning rebukes for his 3 oldest sons, completely flipping the script on what everyone would have expected.
So, Reuben, as the firstborn, he should have gotten the biggest blessing, the most authority. But Jacob just strips him of it. And why? It goes back to a major sin, a huge act of disrespect against his own father's household. So his destiny is to be unstable as water, basically lacking the solid character to lead. He will not excel. Ouch!
Next up are Simeon and Levi. And man, Jacob has a long memory. He brings up their violent, vengeful past, calling them instruments of cruelty. He curses them, but not with total destruction. Instead, he gives them a fate that will make sure their violence can't take root. Their punishment is to be scattered among the other tribes, never getting a solid territory of their own.
This whole opening is just incredible because it hammers home a really shocking point for the ancient world. Your birthright is not absolute. Moral character actually matters more, leadership has to be earned, and his first 3 sons, they failed the test. And that creates this huge power vacuum. So who's going to rise up and take their place?
Well, into that vacuum steps the 4th son, Judah. And right here, the whole tone of the prophecy just shifts on a dime. After condemning the first 3, Jacob doesn't just praise Judah. He elevates him to this position of supreme royal power. I mean, just listen to that imagery. A lion, the king of the beasts, right? It's a symbol of strength, of majesty, of power that just can't be conquered. Jacob is basically saying that the tribe of Judah is going to embody all of those qualities. They're going to be a dominant royal line that nobody will dare mess with. And this table just breaks it down perfectly. His brothers will praise him, which means they're going to look to him to be the leader. He'll be victorious in battle. But the biggest one, the real kicker, is the last one. The scepter shall not depart from Judah. A scepter is the symbol of a king's authority. This is a direct prophecy that the royal line of Israel, its kings, will come from the tribe of Judah. So, after that epic prophecy for Judah, Jacob moves on. He starts to weave this incredible tapestry of destinies for his other sons, painting this really rich and diverse picture of the nation that's about to be born. Each prophecy is like a little poetic snapshot, a unique identity for each tribe. And just look at the variety here. Zebulun is destined to be a people of the sea, all about ships and trade. Dan is portrayed as cunning, kind of stealthy, like a snake in the path, dangerous to its enemies. Asher's tribe will be the providers of rich, luxurious food, royal dainties, as it says. Joseph, who already has this amazing story, is blessed with incredible prosperity. And Benjamin, he's the fierce warrior tribe, a ravenous wolf. Every single son gets a distinct and vital role to play. Okay, so, having sealed the future for all his descendants, Jacob's focus suddenly narrows. He makes one final, really personal request. He's done with all the prophecy stuff. Now, he's just a man, thinking about his home and his history. He doesn't just say, hey, bury me back home. No, he is incredibly specific. He names the exact cave, the field it's in, and even the guy who sold it to his grandfather, Abraham. See, this isn't just a burial plot. It's a final act of faith, tying his own death to the very first piece of promised land his family ever received. It's about going home. And this just drives home the weight of that request. In that cave are his grandfather Abraham and grandmother Sarah, his father Isaac and mother Rebekah, and his own wife Leah.
It is the physical anchor of their entire family history. Jacob's final act is to rejoin the very lineage that he just passed on. And with that last command given, his life's work is totally complete. The text says he simply yielded up the ghost. He passed on the blessings, he secured the lineage, he defined the future, and he made sure he'd return to the family tomb. His story is over.
So we're left with this question, aren't we? How can a dying father's personal words to his sons, words filled with praise, disappointment, and memory, become the actual blueprint for a nation's identity? How does one family story end up shaping the politics, the geography, and the spirit of a people for centuries to come? It just shows you the incredible power of words and how a final prophecy can echo through eternity.